The political rancor this election year has reached a fevered pitch. Lauren Ashburn is at our political desk covering the road to the White House.
Brian, the no-holds-barred rhetoric is standard fare in this campaign. The looming question, based on Cruz's win last night, has the negative campaigning turned off voters? Joining us is John Carr. He's the director of the Initiative on Catholic Social Thought and Public Life at Georgetown University. Welcome, John.
Thank you, Lauren.
You wrote in America Magazine, you're their Washington correspondent, that candidates and voters need to change their behavior. Why would they need to change their behavior?
It's demoralizing. You can't even let your kids watch the debate. It was only 6 months ago that Pope Francis was in the Congress over here saying that politics was a vocation and that it's about human dignity and the common good. Well, this campaign has been about everything but human dignity and the common good.
Absolutely. What do you think that their behavior should be? Is there a model that we can look to? Obviously, the Pope is a great model.
Well, it is. I guess the one thing I would say is what we need is not to run away from politics. We need to get more involved. One of the things the Pope said, our bishops have said, it may be the most countercultural thing our church teaches, is that politics is a good thing. And it's a moral obligation. So more of us ought to get involved. We ought to run for office.
And
we ought to hold
do?
candidates accountable.
Sure. What would that do?
Well, if we got involved and stood up for what we believed, frankly, we'd have better choices. How did we end up with, people will disagree with this, the three leading candidates for president, according to the polls, are the least trustworthy people who ran? I mean, what happened? There were 20 people running. This is what we have left.
Well, raises an interesting point because you said in your article that religious leaders seem to be invisible and almost irrelevant in this election.
A friend of mine said anger trumps religion. And I think, frankly, our anger has gotten in the way of our souls here. I look at politics as a way to defend human life and dignity, to care for the least of these. This isn't about this. It's about name calling. The Democrats are arguing about who loves Planned Parenthood more. The Republicans are talking about who can deport more people faster. This is not what the Pope talked about. This is not what our faith calls us to do.
And yet it's exactly what we see play out every single day on television in the campaign trail. John, quickly tell me about the Initiative on Catholic Social Thought and Public Life. That's a mouthful, by the way.
Well, we had a contest for the most boring name. And the Initiative on Catholic Social Thought and Public Life won. But it is. We bring people together to look at how our faith can shape what we do in public life. We work with young people. We work with people here in Washington to remind them that our faith can be an asset in public life.
Well, it certainly can. And I love what you said, anger's gotten in the way of our souls. Thank you so much, John Carr from Georgetown University, for joining us.